The U.S. is seeing an upswing in military recruitment. President Trump is repeatedly taking credit for the recent rise, even remarking no one wanted to join the service before his re-election. Our CBS News Confirmed team took a look at the data. CBS News Pentagon reporter Eleanor Watson joins us now. So, Ellie, one claim the president has made is recruitment is at a 30-year high since November of 2024. Why is that misleading?
It's misleading because the Trump administration, as you mentioned, has repeatedly linked his reelection with a bump in recruiting when the numbers that we analyzed show that there were recent spikes even before November, before Election Day. For instance, if you look at the number of monthly recruits, the highest number of President Trump's second term so far since November was in January, when 15,600 people joined the military. That is higher than in January 2024, but is still lower than in August 2024, while Biden was still in office, when about 20,000 people were brought in. So yes, military recruiting is on the upswing, but it's not linked to who is in the White House.
Another claim from President Trump you looked into is that recruitment fell to record lows under President Biden last year. Is that true?
Military recruiting did have trouble coming out of the pandemic, but had been making gains in 2023 and then in 2024 last year, when 12,000 more people joined the military than the year before. All of the service branches made adjustments coming out of COVID to counter the problems that they still see in attracting young people to serve. Some of those challenges include a distrust in institutions, the military being one of the biggest institutions. Also includes a competitive job market with the private sector when the economy is doing well, offering salaries that the military can't necessarily match. And then the last reason that officials consistently point to is that, according to Pentagon data, at least 70% of young people do not even meet the physical or academic standards required to serve in the military.
What Biden-era reforms did lead to stronger recruitment?
One of the programs that officials and experts will point to is a prep camp for boot camp that prepares potential recruits to meet those physical and academic standards. The Army, back in 2022, created a program called the Future Soldier Prep Course that essentially brings in potential soldiers and links them with physical trainers and educators that can bring them up to speed to what is required of the military standards. The Navy, seeing the Army's success, created its own program called Future Sailor Prep Course, and both services have seen enlistments rise in part due to that program, which again was started several years ago before the Trump administration was reelected.
All right, Eleanor Watson, thank you.